Welcome to the Raspberry Pi Zero W. It features a dual-core ARM processor, 512 megabytes of RAM, a GPIO connector which can accept electronic input and output to various electronic projects, has an SD card or micro SD card reader. It has a micro HDMI out and two micro USBs. One of these is for power, you can see where it's indicated by power, and it has a cable or TV cable input or output right here. On the bottom of the board there's really nothing worth talking about. This is a micro HDMI lead to a full-size HDMI connector. As you can see, the connectors are quite different. It takes a micro USB cable which plugs into the power in port here. However, without an SD card it's not going to do much. You can extend the input by getting one of these micro USB cables to type A cables and plugging it into the slot, thus expanding it. You could put a USB hub and other devices on here to put in multiple devices if you want, such as a mouse and keyboard. As you can see, I've added a USB 2.0 hub. There's no point adding 3.0 because this is only a USB 2.0 port. However, if you wish to add a USB 3.0 hub, because that's all you got available, it is backwards compatible and should work fine. I recommend a hub that's powered, like this one, if you want to add anything like extra hard drives or anything of that nature. This micro USB card is simply inserted into the SD card's reader, and it will boot up off this card. You can buy SD cards that have been preloaded with Raspberry An. However, if you need to create one yourself, you'll need a computer. You need to head over to raspberrypi.com and download the Raspberry Pi Imager. There are versions for Windows, Mac OS and Ubuntu. You select your storage, and then you select the operating system you want to install. I typically go with the standard Raspberry An OS. And then you just click on Write. Once flashed, we put the SD card into the reader, we attach all our peripherals, and then we plug in our power. When running, the little LED will flash, and Raspberry An will start booting. And there we have it, Raspberry An running on this tiny little board. It will connect to your network and then do some updates. And for the grand old price of $9.50, you have a working Linux computer you can experiment and learn with.